up, everybody? It's Dawn, the Self-Esteem Queen, and I'm coming to you with a letter. I don't know if she wants me to use her name or not. So this letter is from Shannon, and it says, I'm a 20-year-old woman who has struggled with low self-esteem and confidence, shyness, insecurity, and fear. I've been quiet and shy my whole life, and the main reason is because I'm afraid of judgment and rejection. I'm my true self when I'm at home, but when I get around people I don't know or don't be around a lot, I go into my shell, and that goes for family and people I've known for years. You inspire me so much. I love that you are embracing the beautiful woman that you are and not afraid to be yourself no matter who's around. I want to be a woman who's confident, comfortable, and secure in her own skin and be a successful entrepreneur businesswoman, but that means I have to break out of my shell. I want to fearlessly be myself and express myself without worrying about what people think. I've been talked about behind my back and in front of my face by friends and family, and that's probably why I'm not comfortable being my complete self around them. Because of my shyness and quietness and the fact that I'm a loner who doesn't really go out of the house, I have no friends. I haven't had friends to hang out with of my own since probably middle school. I made friends online, but that's not enough. For once in my life, I want to be the life of the party or have people who actually want to be around me and miss me and blow my phone up. I know I have a great personality, but I'm insecure, shy, and quiet and afraid to be myself. Any advice? Okay, so I am happy to dissect this letter because there are a couple of things that we both probably go through, and I think it's important that you understand that not all people who are successful are extroverted. Like, I'm considered an introverted extrovert, which means that in my public space, I'm very extroverted. I'm very much a people person. And when I get into my own private space, I'm very much introverted. I don't talk much. I don't really answer my phone. I don't have a lot of personal conversations unless they have to do with God or work. I spend the majority of my time working. And in that space, I give of myself, right? And then in my private space, with the exception of talking to like my mom or my twins or my clients, I really don't have much to say. So let's kind of tackle this letter. And so you're saying that you're afraid of judgment and rejection, and you're your own true self when you're at home, but when you get around people, you go into a shell. Okay, so that has a little to do with your self-esteem, or perhaps lack thereof self-esteem, because number one, I'm like hardcore. Like, I don't care what people think about me. I don't really care about being rejected, because the reality is that in life, someone's always going to be hurt, and your job is to make sure that it's not you. Sometimes people don't mean to hurt our feelings by rejecting us. I know that I don't mean to hurt people's feelings when I say I don't want to be their friend anymore. It's just a personal preference for me at that particular time. I shouldn't be as upset or offended if somebody wants to end their friendship with me, because I guess sometimes I can be difficult to deal with. Now, I will say that in order to be a successful entrepreneur or businesswoman, yes, you do have to break out of your shell. That's not to say that you have to let people into your personal space. I have a private life, and I have a personal life, and I have a public life, right? And those three are all totally different. You have your private life, your personal life, your public. So my public life, right, is what I share with everybody on social networks. My personal life consists of my kids and, you know, some of the things that happen behind closed doors that you guys aren't able to see. I share that with you guys. And then I have my private life, and my private life is basically none of your effing business. And so I keep my private life to myself. I expose my personal and my public life for people to see, and there's a difference. And when you learn to compartmentalize the three of those, that may help you, because the reality is that most people, when they go somewhere in front of people, they're acting, they're a character. That's not to say that's a bad thing. That's just to say that we all have different personalities at different points depending on who we're in front of and what we're doing, right? So If you are worrying about what people will think, that's your number one issue right there. You can't be successful worrying about what other people think. The best part of me being successful is the fact that I don't have to care what other people think. People may think that I'm overly happy or that it's all a facade. If people don't live in my house and they don't pay my bills and they don't know anything about me, family included, I'm not very concerned with their opinions about my life and how they feel about what I do or what I don't do, so on and so forth. I don't really think that's their business. Okay, I'm a loner too, and I love my house. Well, houses now. I love my homes, and so I like to spend time at home. You won't catch me at a club getting turned up because I don't drink. I can listen to loud music at my house. I don't like germs. Dark, loud, wet, germy places gross me out. So I think my friends know not to invite me to places like that because I'm not going to show up. That's not to say that my friends don't love me. That's just to say that they'd probably rather invite me to places that they know I'm going to show up, right? Okay, so you say you haven't had friends to hang out with of your own since middle school and you've made friends online, but that's not enough. Well, we've seen the show Catfish, so we know that friends online, no, that's not enough. And the reality is that human to human interaction is really important. Interpersonal communication is really important. For once you want to be the life of the party or have people who actually want to be around you and miss you and blow up your phone, well, I don't know about all that, okay, because I don't want anybody blowing up my phone. As a matter of fact, somebody from my past keeps calling or has called my phone and sent a text or two to my phone, and I basically let the person know this morning, like, you know, I said, for serious business inquiries, please contact my assistant through my website. I only take personal calls on my cell. Thanks. Then the person proceeds to say, how's your day going? Listen, you can be a fan of the people blowing up your phone if you want, but successful people don't have time to be taking telephone calls and text messages about nothing, okay? I think you need to get your priorities straight because you have a great personality, but you're insecure. So let's start right there because there's nothing wrong with being shy and quiet. Okay, in my personal space, I'm shy, I'm quiet. I'm pretty like submissive in my personal space. So let's get to the root of this. The root of this is why are you uncomfortable in front of people? And if the people that you're in front of, you're uncomfortable in front of, maybe you should be around different people. I'm not a fan of hanging around people, family or otherwise, or people that I've known a really long time, if they make me uncomfortable in any way, shape, or form in my life. Now, it's not personal. It's just it's a self-esteem thing. And my self-esteem is much more important than hanging around with people just because I've known them a long time or because they know me or because we went to school together. Don't really care. I love my job in that I can help a lot of people. And then I love my private life in that it's private, it's mine. And I love my personal life. How are you in all three of those? Because that's where you need to start. If you're dealing with insecurity, you can't be the life of any party insecure. People aren't going to want to blow up an insecure person's phone. People are not going to want to ask you to come out if you're insecure. People in general that like to go out and party, they probably don't really like insecure people because they don't have time to sit and tell you look good, your hair is not a mess. So like people don't have time for that. They don't have time for that. So I would start with my insecurity issue. I'd get to the root of what I was really insecure about, and I would begin to fix that. Okay? Hope this helps.